Have you ever missed a moment that could have changed everything? Maybe an opportunity you thought would come back, but never did. Life has a way of whispering to us softly, briefly, and if we don't listen, it moves on. Opportunities don't wait. They knock once, and then they disappear into the distance. There was once a humble farmer named Raghav. He lived in a quiet village surrounded by endless fields and a peaceful river that curved through the land like a silver ribbon. Raghav was hardworking, but cautious. He believed in routine, in comfort, in doing things the way they had always been done. His neighbors often called him the safe man because he never took risks. He smiled at that name, but deep down, something in him longed for more. Every morning, Raghav would wake before dawn, plow his fields, and watch the sunrise over the horizon. He dreamed of expanding his farm, growing better crops, maybe even building a small business. But whenever opportunity appeared, an investor, a new idea, a better tool, he would hesitate. Maybe later, he would tell himself. Maybe next season. And next season became next year, and next year became a habit of waiting. Then one day, a stranger came to the village. He was an old traveler, with tired eyes and a quiet smile. He stopped by Raghav's farm, asking for water. Raghav, being kind, offered him a drink and a place to rest. As they sat under the shade of a tree, the old man noticed Raghav's empty plot of land and asked, "Why is this field bare? You have good soil, clean water, and sunlight. What holds you back?" Raghav sighed. "I'm waiting for the right moment, the right season. Maybe next year I'll plant something new." The old man smiled gently and said, "My son, the right season is never waiting, it is passing. Opportunities are like rain. If you don't sow when the clouds gather, you cannot blame the sky when it clears." He paused, then continued, "Let me tell you a story. Long ago, there was a man who stood at the edge of a river. He wanted to cross, but the water was too deep. He waited, thinking the river would stop flowing, that it would give him a perfect moment to pass. Days turned to months, and the river kept flowing. The man grew old, still waiting. He never realized that rivers never stop. They keep moving, and those who wait for them to stop remain standing forever." Raghav listened silently. The story struck him deep. He realized he had been waiting for a perfect moment that never existed. The rain, the seasons, the opportunities, they all came and went while he stood watching. That night, he couldn't sleep. The old man's words echoed in his mind like thunder. "If you don't sow when the clouds gather, you cannot blame the sky when it clears." At dawn, Raghav rose before the sun. He walked to the empty field, still damp from the night's dew. Without overthinking, without delay, he picked up his tools and began to work. For the first time, he planted with urgency, not fear. He worked through the heat, through fatigue, through doubt. Neighbors laughed at him. "It's not the right time," they said. But Raghav remembered the traveler's story and kept going. Weeks passed. The rains came early that year. His crops flourished, while others' fields remained barren. People from neighboring villages came to see his farm, amazed by how vibrant it had become. Raghav's simple decision to act had changed everything. His life transformed not because of luck, but because he refused to wait any longer. Standing in his golden field one evening, Raghav whispered to himself, "The river never stops flowing. The rain never waits. And neither will I." The lesson is clear. Life never pauses for our hesitation. The world moves forward, whether we are ready or not. Opportunities appear, and if we are too afraid, too uncertain, or too busy waiting for the right time, they vanish forever. You cannot wait for the perfect moment. You must make the moment perfect by acting. So, ask yourself today, what have you been postponing? What dream, idea, or goal have you buried under the excuse of someday? Because someday is not a day on the calendar. It's a shadow that fades the more you chase it. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs a reminder that time does not wait. Act today. Begin now, because the rain will not wait for your seeds, and the river will not stop for your hesitation. Remember, Opportunities don't wait, and neither should you.